Now our topic is mathematical formulation of second law of motion. So see, initial velocity, that is u, final velocity, that is v, then mass of our object, which is m, momentum. So momentum, if I am writing p initial, pi means initial momentum, momentum is linear momentum, pf which is our final momentum. So now, to change from initial velocity to final velocity, during these changes time elapsed, that is our t, right? Now I am writing that formula, that change in momentum. So change in momentum is equal to, also change we are finding from final momentum minus initial momentum. What is final momentum? So momentum formula that we know, m, mass always remains constant, final velocity, so v, pi means initial, so m into u. Now constant term is m, v minus u. So this is change in momentum. Now if I find rate of change in momentum, so rate of change in momentum is equal to m v minus u upon t. So that is called rate of change in momentum, simple. Now this equation relates with force. So force which is exerting on that object, which is directly proportional to mass, means rate of change of momentum. So if I am removing this proportionality sign, there will be is equal to sign, one constant will be there, so m v minus u upon t. Now f is equal to k, and this is nothing but change in velocity with respect to time, and that is called acceleration. And by experimental value k will be 1, so f is equal to m into a. So this is the result of second law of motion. We start from this change in momentum, and this is the result of that. So second law of motion just denotes that force is nothing but rate of change of momentum, that is our force. Now some example for this, that whenever in cricket match the fielder just catches the ball by just moving its hand backward direction. So why that player just move its hand to during catching in backward direction? Because see, if he still his hand during the catching, then sudden force will be towards his hand, and that hand may be broken because that change of momentum here, see, that change of momentum, that timing which is very less, if we are catching and we still our hand during that catch, we are making that time which is very less. If timing will be very less, then this force will be very high. So we have to take some time by moving our hand in backward direction. So if we increase that time, this force will be decreasing and we get our less damage. So if we steal our body, if we steal our hands, this timing will be increasing and we can damage our hand by forcing so much, by getting that force so much. But player always do that during catch, that player just moves his hand downward direction, so timing increases, and whenever timing is increasing, force will be decreasing, and that hand will not get that damage. So that is the reason for that, right? Similar, whenever player hits a six, player just moving his bat very suddenly, very fast. So similarly, if player decreases the contact between ball and bat, if it decreases, force will be increasing then. So we are having both advantages, decreasing and increasing. So when player hits a ball with a bat, it decreases time and when time is decreases, force will be increasing and he can easily hit a 6. So we are having both the advantages, disadvantages of this force and timing. So that is the mathematical formulation of second law of motion.